afternoon, WFG. Thank you for the round of applause. Before I start, where's Jose and Sergio? Those two guys, please give them a round of applause. I'll tell you why. They're the most bravest advisors I know, because before the recognition, they made a bet between me, the two of them, and Jeffrey Wong. Whoever becomes an MD first, me in between Sergio. So we shook hands. He's gonna pay me $200. If I win, they didn't know I already hit my MD. I have Vegas pocket money now. And to add to the icing on the cake, my dear upline made a bet with Jose that he's gonna pay him $200 if I win. So that's a total of $400. So thank you for the pocket money. No, because Jose was on my case all the time. It's like, when are you gonna be MD? When are you gonna be MD? And you know, I always tell him, in God's time. And he said, oh my goodness, Jesus Christ will come down first and say, you know what? I anoint you MD. You're MD. Right? So now you know, buddy. Now you know. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm from the entertainment background. I'm born and raised in the Philippines. And any Filipinos out here? Filipinos? Woo! Hey, Filipino! Raise your hand. I'm a mom of three, and I came from the corporate world as well. And like, some of you, the corporate world didn't bring me happiness, and I didn't like anybody telling me what I am worth. And it took 2 years for Jeffrey Wong to convince me to be a part of this business, and it's the greatest decision I've ever done in my life, second to marrying my husband. So with my run, they asked me to talk about my run. So I said to them, I want to share with you the 9 things I've learned while I was running. So the first thing I've learned is foundation is key. So in this business, it's like building a house. You have to have a strong foundation. And your run starts from the time you have a business partner. You have to have a strong relationship with your business partners and strong relationship with your clients. So relationship conquers all. I believe you guys have heard of the saying, love conquers all. In this business, relationship conquers all. Relationship conquers all skepticism, all doubts, all inhibitions, and all fears. If you have a strong relationship with your team, they're more than happy to run with you. And I felt that as I was running. My team has sacrificed a lot for me, and I truly appreciate it. But how do you build a strong relationship with your team? By putting them first. You know the saying, the more you give, the more you receive. Absolutely. It's true. Even with your clients, the more you give attention and you listen to them, the more you build trust in them, and the more they'll say yes to everything that you offer to them. So relationship is key. And knowledge is power. So my first convention is in Vancouver. And at that time, I was on a mat leave for 5 years. I was in deep debt. And for this guy to say to me, you got to go to Vancouver, you got to pay, $400. For me, it was difficult because I just sponsored my mom from the Philippines and my sister. So my mom wasn't working, so I had to pay, we had to shoulder all the bills. But he just said to me, it's not mandatory to go to Vegas, but do you really want to change your life? You got to take this leap of faith. So I put it all on the credit card. So for those of you who put your trips on credit card, I hear you, I feel you, but I'm telling you, it is one of the best decisions I've done in my career. Because when I attended that convention, I saw the bigness and the vision of this company. And I want that vision to change my family's life. So for those of you that are having second thoughts in attending big events, don't. Just jump. And you never know where it will take you. So the next thing that I've learned is embrace failure. We're all afraid of failure, even when we're little children, right? Your mom would say, oh, don't run, you might fall. It's okay to fall. Do you know that this is my second run for MD? My first run was in December. I failed. I even announced it. We even had a conference call every Tuesday. But I failed. But it's okay. Because failure will bring you to greatness. I look at failure as, a ladder. You achieve a failure and another failure and another failure, but it will help you get there to success. Even Thomas Edison, how many times has he failed before he invented something amazing and that changed everybody's life? So don't be afraid. You're already here. You paid for the registration, the licensing. Might as well jump and run. And then the next thing I've learned, no excuses. I have every right, to quit in this business. I have 3 kids. Well, 4 counting my husband. There's my son. He's like, hi, Mom. That's my youngest. He wants to be Steph Curry someday. But before you get there, I got to make sure I have enough funds to pay for your tuition fee and for your basketball gear. But I've learned that, if you continually make excuses, you will never get to where you want to be. So being a stay-at-home mom, I'm always busy. And, those that have multiple kids, the feeling of always being busy. So I cannot remember how many times I have to go to the washroom to lock myself in and use the phone to call my client. And then I would hear a little knock on the door while I'm on the phone and say, Mom, are you done pooping? I'm not even pooping. So I have to say, oh, I'm so sorry. Now they know I'm in the washroom. So, no, true story. That's the story of my life. Or if that doesn't work, Jeff would always tell me, go to the car, lock yourself in. Either, I submit an app there inside the car or use my phone. And then my son would run and then look for me and he would knock. He would say, Mom, my sister called me fat. Can you ground her? I'm like, okay, I can't do this here. Other than that, I wake up 4 a.m. just to do everything that I need to do. So in your business, in your life, you will always have excuses. But I never let that stop me from getting what I want to get. And I remember last convention also, was it Ellie Camhit from Vancouver? She was saying that she was supposed to be in nursing, but she chose this because there's more money. And she said, I'm going to hit MD. And I said to Jeff, that fired me up. I want to be MD first. And in that convention, I wasn't supposed to attend because I was running a very high fever that day. And my downline too, my teammate Roma, had a fever that day as well. And my 11-year-old little boy had a fever. So I had a choice to stay at home because my son is sick, I am sick, even my teammate is sick. But if you notice, we were sitting at the very, very, very back and we were shivering. But I couldn't miss it for the whole world, right? I have every excuse, but I chose to be there because I know whatever I will learn, it would add to my success in the future. So I was determined to go. So no excuses in anything at all. And one of the best things that I did also in this run is the decision to try. After failing the first try, I said to myself, in God's time, I will be MD. I will keep on running and running and running and running. And I did not have any intentions to run. I didn't want to run. I said, if it happens, it happens. But this gentleman over here went up the stage on a Saturday afternoon, and he said with a very stern face, I'd like to announce that Red is halfway to her MD run. And I was shocked together with the people in the office. I'm like, I'm not even running. But because I know I had a very big month in March, I didn't want to waste it. So I'm like, you know what? What else can happen if, I try? You never know. But what I know, if I don't try, I know I'm not going to hit it. So I said, you know what? I will try. Let's see. And in my mind, I'm like, how the hell am I going to hit it? I have only 14 days, less 3 days, because I have to go to Montreal to meet my in-laws for a wedding. So I have 11 days to run. And I'm like, 20,000 points. Where am I going to get that 20,000 points? How many families is that? Is 10? 10, 10, 11, 12? Yeah, in 11 days, I have to, do that 20,000 points. It's impossible, I know. But it all started with a belief that I know I'm going to hit it. And because I believed in it, my team believed as well. And we started to run. So this morning, as I said goodbye to my daughter, I found a notebook that she was holding and she wanted in Dave & Buster's. And I just want to share it with you because it's so fitting, because what we did is really impossible, close to impossible. So it says here, she believed she could, so she did, right? So it all starts with a belief. Believe in yourself, believe you can hit it. I'm just a stay-at-home mom of 3 who did it, and you guys can do it. And I'm pretty sure some of you have financial background or you like math. I don't like math. I just like to act. That's all I'm good at. But what I like about in this business is we change lives. It changed my life, and it's changing the people that I meet and my teammates' life as well. So if you're in this business thinking that we are all sales agents and salespeople, I'm sorry to say this, you're wrong. We are in this business because we are building leaders and we're changing lives. So you got to change that mindset, because in the beginning, my mindset was, I don't know how to close. I don't know how to sell. I'm the type of person when they say, no, I don't want to buy, I say, okay. And then that's it. I'm not aggressive. I'm not persuasive. But being in this business is really amazing. And I'm able to earn a decent income even though I'm at home. So I don't know what business can give you that. It changes you, helps you be a good person. It changes your family, and it changes the people that you talk to. So that's a life worth living. So, and then the next one I've learned, when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. So the 11 days of my run was really tough. Why is it tough? Because number one, my kids got sick. The school and daycare, they're a cesspool of bacteria, germs. They got sick. It's like round robin. And I'm the last one to get sick because I wasn't eating, because I was nervous of not hitting it. And then my car broke down, right? So I'm like, how am I going to see these clients? Am I just going to take the bus or the train? But I'm like, I don't care. I have to hit it. And then 2 of the policies that we submitted that has very big points got declined. I was told 2 days prior to the deadline. Ooh, and I'm like, I can't remember how many times I've said to Jeff, it would really be embarrassing if I am going to be 500 points short. And I failed again. But he's like, keep on going. He was keeping track of my points. And he's smart enough to tell me that I'm still short, even though I'm over. So I kept on running, but he knows that I've hit it, but he's like, you're still short. I'm like, oh my goodness. So that policy was declined. And then the day itself, May 31, because of a certain person who is my prayer warrior, I think it's because of her that I had a miracle. Now, Ivari called me around 1 o'clock. The cutoff is 4 o'clock, and I really don't know where I'm going to get that point. In my mind, I'm still short, but he knows I'm not. So Ivari said, we have reversed the decision. We are printing it as we speak, and it's going to be a COD. You need to get it here from North York, bring it to your client, have it signed by 4 o'clock. So, oh my goodness, this is really a marathon. So Jeffrey ran here, got the policy, ran to me, to Mississauga. That's about 2:30. So I called my brother-in-law. It's my brother-in-law's policy. So I said to him, I'm like, piece of cake, right? I drive. I don't take the bus. So I'm going to bring it to him, have it signed. So, Jeff was saying always, if you are about to hit something or if you are about to succeed, everything will happen wrong. Everything will stop you from hitting where you want to be. But that's testing your strength. So I called my brother-in-law and I said, listen, I have your policy. You have to sign it. I have to submit it by 4 so it can count for my points. And he was whispering to me. He said, Ate is big sister in our language. He said, Ate, I cannot leave my school. I'm like, why? We're on lockdown. There's a stabbing in my school. I'm like, are you really serious? I'm like, of all the things that can happen this day, are you serious? Are you kidding? It's not a joke. And he's like, no, I'm serious. They can't find the guy who stabbed one of the students. I'm like, oh my God. He's really stopping me from being an MD. Like, of all the things that can happen. And it was on the news also. I don't know if you've heard St. Francis Xavier. Yeah, I will remember that day. So yeah, I could have just thrown in the towel and I'm like, you know what? God says I am not going to hit it. It's divine intervention. Of all the days that it can happen, a lockdown, May 31st, really. So thank God, they were released, even though they haven't found the perpetrator. But yeah, I'm telling you, when you're trying to achieve something, everything will happen wrong, right? But do not give up. Just continue. If you have the vision to get where you want to be, just go, move forward. And then teamwork makes the dream work. It's good to run by yourself. It's going to be a wicked marathon, but it's better to run with a team. So that's why it's important to have a team to run with you, right? So allow me to just acknowledge the people that helped me reach my MD. So Roma is one of my teammates. She's my prayer warrior. She said to me during that 11 days, she would go 1 hour before her church and she would say a prayer for me. And that really works because I believe she's the real reason why a miracle happened on the very last day. So this is Melissa. She's my determined warrior. Determined because she just gave birth to twins. She has all the excuse in the world not to help out, not to contribute, but because she wants me to win and I've developed that relationship with her, she said, I will do my very best to help you. So she closed 2 cases for the run, and that's more than enough to help me out. Now, this is my nobility warrior. That's Janet and her husband, Ricky. Now, Janet is already getting her license, close to getting her provincial, but she's the best example of nobility exchange. She doesn't have to help. She doesn't have a license. But she said to me, because I wanted so much for you to win, and I know you deserve it, and I know I care for you, I did my very best and called my friend. She's not even close to that friend, but she did call that family, and she's like, I said to myself, I have to be brave for this run. She called that family and said that I will be coming over. It turns out that family signed up for another company that starts with the letter P, and they had the policy. They don't have the policy yet. What they told me was they gave the void check, but the advisor does not want to push through with the policy, not until they sign up as a recruit. I know some people do that. Would you imagine if something happened to that family? So because of the nobility exchange, it resulted to 5 ULs. That's amazing. She gave back. And I'm looking forward to once she gets her license, I'm going to give back to her as well. My other teammate, Peter, I call him my relentless warrior. He never stopped until the very end of my run. he was able to close a case a day before the run. And I applaud him because he never uses EAP, like electronic software, to submit. He uses paper. So, but for the first time, and Jose too used paper. For the first time, he learned to use the EAP for the run on the last day, 20 minutes prior to the deadline. He submitted it. He thought it went through, but it didn't go through. So he's on the phone with Ivari. It went through, but the timestamp on that EAP was 3:59 p.m. 1 minute to spare. So talk about relentless, right? So he said, I really want us to win. So he did everything he could. And I want to thank also my SET team for all the encouragement, all the love, for believing in me. Thank you so much. That really helped a lot and gave me confidence to run. And also, Teresa, thank you. I remember the first time you saw me, you pointed at me and said, you can do it. You will win. I know you will. You know what? That meant so much to me because I really look up to you. And thank you for that. And for this person, he said to me, say thank you to me when you're an MD. So now I'm an MD and I'm saying thank you to you.
Welcome.
Mr. Jeffrey.
Out of all pictures.
Yeah. Of all pictures, that's all I can find on Facebook. So be careful what you post on Facebook. You never know who's gonna, get your picture. I have nicknames for all of them. I have a nickname for him too. Actually, two. I call him he's my instigator, and he's the pusher in the team. Pusher because he pushed me. He pushed me to reach success in every milestone. Even though I always so bad wanted to push back, right? And I always question myself, I don't know if I can do it. I'm just a stay-at-home mom. But he always tells me, you can do it. You can do it, right? So if it weren't for him instigating my run, I wouldn't be here in front of you. And of course, on my last slide, this is what I wanted to take away. This is what I've learned after my run. Track your team. If you want your team to move, you have to track them. If he didn't track my 3:30, I wouldn't have completed my 3:30, 5:30. If he didn't track my points, I wouldn't have run and make that 11 days possible. So when you track your team, it creates urgency. So when it created urgency in me, I was able to transfer that to my team. Momentum was built. Everybody got excited. And because of momentum, we were able to achieve results. So in 11 days, our team closed 21 cases. 11 days. I still don't know how we did it, but we made it happen. So in our business, when there's results, there's money. So I'm proud to say that I contributed to Jeffrey's, he bought a house after my run. So my run contributed to his down payment, and I contributed to Teresa's one cycle commission, $291,410.50. Now you tell me you don't deserve that paycheck. Now you tell me that you cannot achieve that. If you believe, if you try, you can achieve. Again, I'm just a stay-at-home mom, but now I override. Thank you.